corrosive ideas. Let me try that again. Some of the most dangerous and corrosive ideas are the ones that you think that you had on your own by your lonesome, and it was your idea, and this is how you feel, this is how you think, this is how you formulated your opinion, and that's what you go with. Well, the reality is a lot of what we are as adults was formed by things that people molded and shaped and pressed and coerced into you when you were kids. If you're old enough to remember, in the 1950s, or maybe you just saw it on TV, or if you're a little bit younger, there was a Soviet dude named Khrushchev, the shoe guy, banging the shoe on the table. You look it up. But bottom line, here is the paraphrase, Brad's paraphrase. He basically said that the Soviet Union is going to ultimately win because they're not going to need shots fired, none of that stuff. They're going to infiltrate educational systems and our institutions, and we will corrode and rot from within with their ideas. And they basically said, you will fall. And that...
He was talking about America.
Yeah. That is not hard to see that maybe they didn't do it all, but boy, there's a lot of evidence looking around of institutions that just got whittled away, chiseled away, ideas that got destroyed, education systems, collegiate systems. And we, for that big reason, which is a giant reason, 20 reasons, 50 reasons all in one. That's why we decided to homeschool our kids. Well, in the process of homeschooling our kids, we realized that there's some things that you're going to have to do, whether you're a homeschool parent, not homeschool parent, whether you're an adult or not, because of the technology that's out there in the world. Everything is trying to convince you of something.
Yeah.
Everything's either trying to convince you you need to buy this. You won't be happy unless you buy this. You won't be happy unless you lose 50 pounds. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not this. You're not that. Or worse, let's just say the illicit things of the dark sides of the internet. They pull at you. They become addictions. And guess what? Even as adults, nobody's immune. Nobody's immune. And it's worse when you're a kid, when you're forming these ideas and everybody's trying to shape and mold your ideas online, in the systems, in the institutions, in the educational systems, and all of it. Everybody's trying to take a little piece and make you into what they want you to be instead of what God wants you to be and your parents who love you want you to be. And that's why we do the homeschooling thing. But I feel like it's really important that parents who do that and don't do that hear this. There are tools out there that can help you. Mm-hmm. There are tools out there to fight back against all of those forces that are pulling at kids, pulling at grandkids, pulling at adults. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to shut up here in a second, let her talk. Mm-hmm. But there are resources out there that you should share in the links down below that can help you stop the invasion of ideas and forcing kids and adults to think in a certain way that they don't even realize that they're being swayed. They don't realize they're being manipulated. They don't realize they're becoming addicted to things. And so there is a tool that we're going to share. We're not making any money on this.
Nope.
They're not affiliates. But as you're typing your tools and your guards to guard the rot, here's one.
Well, the one that we have been using for the last, 4 years?
For online.
For devices. So phone, tablet. It's basically for phone and tablet. They have something for the computer, but it's not as it is for phone and tablet. It's called Kids Loocks, and that's KIDSLOX and .com. It's a VPN. This particular software app, whatever, is a VPN, virtual private network, and you install this on your device, on your phone or your tablet, and your kid's phone or tablet,
or
adults' phone or tablet, and you can set parameters for that particular device. It can be different for every device. They have a family plan that's up to 10 devices, or if you only have one, then there's one. Anyway, but it will scan photos to make sure that there are no
Instagram-y kind of naughtiness.
Any kind of naughtiness on there. It will set time limits on to your parameters. You can adjust those parameters as much as you want to set time limits on how long they get to be on that said device. And then it can lock out certain apps. You can have those locked out or allowed during certain times, or blocked out completely. Like any kind of internet browser is blocked out completely on our kids' devices if you want it to be that way. But then also they can't turn it off and then go and search online, because then it turns it right back on. It doesn't shut off. It's always there.
And it sends an email.
And it sends an alert to your phone, to the parent's device. And then
it can't be disabled.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It can't be shut off. It can't be disabled.
Like the software itself.
Right. The software is installed on the phone, on the OS. What was the other thing? It sends, so if you allow your child or adult to watch YouTube, then it will send a list of every single YouTube video and ad that they have watched, which is fantastic, by the way. I think that is really great.
Because kids are sneaky.
Kids are sneaky, right.
Adults are sneakier.
Right. Adults are sneaky, yes. So, even if, well, I can always check my child's history on YouTube. That's easily deletable.
And manipulatable.
Right. This is not. If they go and watch a video that is not appropriate for their age or who they are, then you get an email saying,
but it also can block them, so they don't even get to see it.
Right. There are ways that you can block them from watching anything that is not approved for kids. You can also block them from deleting apps. So if they install an app, which also you get a notification about, if they try to delete it, they can't. There's so many different benefits to this particular software, and it honestly has really helped our family keep our kids honest and accountable and watching things that are okay for them to see.
Speaking of that, I will not name names, and I will not even hint at who this person is, but I was an accountability partner with a pastor at one point, and we had a similar software that was designed specifically for pastors. Mm-hmm. Because sadly, there's a lot of that. Mm-hmm. They're attacked a lot. Mm-hmm. They are tempted a lot. And this bit of software, like you were saying, that if you uninstall it, the sneaky thing would be you would uninstall it, go do what you want to do, mm-hmm. then reinstall it, and it would look to be fresh. Well, this software won't allow that. There are softwares that also won't allow that. And I think that's very wise, because it seems like no matter how good we get at putting those roadblocks in the way, it's like our desire to do the wrong thing seems to push us to try harder to do the wrong thing and get away with it than just to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So, Kids Loocks.
Kids Loocks it's a really easy thing to install. There's lots of safety features. I'm not listing even half of them. There's so many on there. Just go to their website, kidslocks.com, check it out. It's KIDSLOX.com. And honestly, it's really worth the price of admission, because there is a fee for it. There is a fee for it, but honestly, it's minimal compared to what your kids can get into, not even knowing what they're getting into. They can see stuff by accident, and then they can't unsee that.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, ultimately, the best thing is, don't give your kids a device until they're an adult. However, in the world that we live in, it's really hard to do, because everything's digitized. Everything's online. Schoolwork is online. We do a lot of our stuff in books, but a lot of schoolwork is online. A lot of research is online. So you really have to weigh the options.
Well, another thing to do also, just side tip, if there's going to be computers in the home, make them in very visible places where they're not permitted to move them, where if somebody walks in the room, it's visible to anybody there.
Right.
And that way there's less chance of hiding things.
Yeah.
I know that there's always ways that kids figure things out, and parents.
Right.
But the way I think about it is, the more roadblocks we can put in front of the rot, the better.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if somebody's an adult and they're choosing that life, I don't like that idea. I hate that idea. It's abhorrent to me. But at least then they're old enough and informed enough that they have made that choice, and it wasn't just an oopsie that becomes an addiction.
Right. Exactly.
See, then at least they've made the choice and it wasn't forced upon them.
Yeah. Something else. With at least with our family, there are no TVs, no devices allowed in bedrooms
At all.
like you had said.
Not even ours.
Not even our bedroom. We don't, and even at night, like the phones are not in the bedroom at night. The tablets are not in the bedroom at night. No TVs, no computers, none of that stuff is in the bedroom at night. It needs to be out, away, plugged in the we keep ours in the living room.
Public areas.
It stays out of the bedroom. It's sending signals constantly that your body,
electromagnetic radiation.
Your body needs to shut down at night, and that's not allowing you to shut down. So adults out there who have your phones and your tablets in your bedroom, please reconsider that.
Look it up.
Yeah, do your research. Don't take our word for it. Do your own research. But this is just a plea for you to be able to sleep well at night.
Well, and think about it. Just, do you really want that constant electrical energy going on all the time? I mean, your brain is basically an amazingly intense electrical device.
Yeah.
So is that computer that's recording this video.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that thing it's not something you want to have in your room at night. No.
So
Oof.
I hope that a lot of you guys have typed in cool ways to help block the rot in the chat.
Yeah.
Because this is not just for parents, it's for grandparents, it's for adults,
it's for aunts and uncles,
pastors, it's for everybody.
It is. This is not specified. This is not specifically for kids. This is for everyone.
Yep. So hopefully it's help. By the way, if anybody's gotten this far in the video, you're probably either just really a good friend to the channel, or you're really interested in what we have to say. I'll say this: when we do content like this, it actually hurts the channel in terms of YouTube punishes us for putting out content like this because it's conservative. We're not asking for anything.
Nope.
Kids Loocks is not paying us.
Not at all.
We just are trying to tell you that this is that important, that we know we're going to take a ding, but you need to hear it.
Yeah.